What up, Midpoint? How we doing? Yes, my name's Steve. You can stay up here. We're going to sing more worship. You can stay up here. Hey, we got a big thing coming up called Double Dog Dareathon! Yes, you should be excited about it. One of the amazing things that we're going to have, you guys have to come. I know you normally come to the 11, but you have to come to the 5 o'clock because we're going to see this amazing illusionist who does incredible tricks. And I was like, hey, what's one way I can like hype them up for this illusionist and like, you know, give them a little taste maybe? And so this week I worked really hard, worked super hard, and I actually learned a magic trick. Do you guys want to see it? Yeah, cool. I learned how to make myself disappear. Are you guys ready? I need your help on this. Learn how to make myself disappear. So on the count of 3, you guys need to close your eyes, okay? It's a very hard trick, and I need you to close your eyes. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, close your eyes. All right, open them. Ta-da! Oh, see, I'm over here. Yeah, how did I get over here? Pretty amazing, right? Okay, well, maybe that trick wasn't so amazing, but they are. Check out this sweet video for these awesome illusionists. Yeah, they're going to be cutting people in half and stuff. It's going to be awesome. So don't miss that. That's going to be Saturday night of Double Dog. Then you'll plan your own sleepover with your friends. We're going to send you dares. It's going to be awesome. So here's the thing, guys. We have a prayer goal for Midpoint. We want 100 new students here for Double Dog Dareathon. So that means we need you guys to invite your friends. We need you to pray for your friends. Grab a bunch of these Double Dog flyers on your way out today. Make sure they get to your friends. Other thing that's happening. This is important. I need your attention just a second. Another big thing that's happening is Super Kids Sports Camp. One of the best weeks of the summer. I don't want you guys to miss out on this week of fun sports, crazy activities. And just picture this gym filled with like 800 screaming people doing amazing worship. And one of the songs that we do for Super Kids Sports Camp is called River of Life. And I just said, hey, why don't we do that today? That would be a lot of fun. Give you a little taste of Super Kids Sports Camp. So I need my 2 volunteers to come up here. They're going to show you the motions. Come on up, ladies. All right, so it starts out, okay? We're going to start out, and you're going to be doing the verse, and you're going to do-si-do with all those people around you. This is how do-si-do looks. So I got a river of life, and then you can switch partners. Like someone can come over here, and you can do it with me, and then we can go back or whatever. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing first. When we get to the chorus, we're going to do this, okay? Spring up a whole well, goosh, 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 goosh. You make like your cow, okay? Goosh, 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 goosh within my soul. Spring up a whole well the second time. You're going to go splish, splash. Splish, splash the second time. And then the third time of the chorus, spring up a whole well, yee-haw. Yeah, so goosh, goosh, splish, splash, yee-haw. Are you guys ready? Let's get a river of life.
Go, do-si-do, 2, 3, 4. I've got a river of life flowing out of me. Makes the lame to walk and the blind to see. Opens prison doors, sets the captives free. I've got a river of life flowing out of me. Spring up a well in my soul. Spring up a well and make me whole. Spring up a well. Give to me that life abundantly. All right, let's do it again. I've got a river of life flowing out of me. Makes the lame to walk and the blind to see. Opens prison doors, sets the captives free. I've got a river of life flowing out of me. Spring up a well in my soul. Spring up a well, make me whole. Spring up a well, Bring to me that life abundantly. All right, we're gonna speed it up a little bit here. I've got a river of life flowing out of me. Makes the lame to walk and the blind to see. Opens prison doors, sets the captives free. I've got a river of life flowing out of me. Spring up, oh well, in my soul. Spring up, oh well, make me whole. Spring up, oh well, bring to me that life abundantly. All right, this is the last one. I've got a river of life flowing out of me. Makes the lame to walk and the blind to see. Opens prison doors, sets the captives free. I've got a river of life flowing out of me. Spring up, oh well, in my soul. Spring up, oh well, make me whole. Spring up, oh well, bring to me that life abundantly. Awesome, doing that with you guys. You may have a seat.
Well, hey, y'all. Okay, listen, first of all, is Ryan still in here? Is Ryan somewhere? Ryan, who was playing, his fingers must be falling off from playing that so quickly. That was well done, Ryan, wherever you are. Good job on that one. So awesome. Also, I saw you guys were really getting into some of that stuff, like the deep cries out. I saw my 8th grade guys in the back row over there. You guys were like decking each other during deep cries out. It was like go to the left, and they're just like elbowing to the left, and everything, chairs are falling down. Don't hurt each other, though, guys. Don't hurt each other, because then I get emails from your parents like, why are you hurting my kids at church? Blah, blah, blah. But seriously, I'm really excited, especially for today, because it's baptism weekend. And I'm so pumped about baptism weekend. Just as a side note, isn't it, do you ever feel like it's weird in church? Like when someone, I mean, I could basically say anything where I start it low and then kind of ramp it up to something, and then you guys would cheer and go crazy. You know, if I'm like, just give it up for Jesus, and then you would just go, no. I mean, I could probably do that with anything. You know, I could be like, cheer if you love watermelons. So weird. Anyways, here's a side note. Okay, so baptism is going to give it up for baptism. Okay. Yeah, all right. So baptism's awesome. And here's the deal. If you're kind of new to Midpoint, one thing you need to know is that at Midpoint, we celebrate baptism better than everybody, all right? We are the best at celebrating baptism, and so when we get finished with the message and some worship today, we're going to go down and join the adult service and show those adults how to actually celebrate baptism, okay? That's right. So you're going to get some like noisemakers and stuff like that to sort of assist in the process. But listen, don't be annoying with the noisemakers, okay? I got in trouble last time because of some noisemakers. Here's what we want you to do. When you have the noisemakers, we want you to cheer when everyone else is cheering. Okay, I know some of you are like, I'm just going to do it the whole time. I just got one consecutive breath out that whistle or whatever I have is just going to go the whole time. Don't do that. But we do want you to cheer every time somebody comes out of the water. So pumped about that. So now, today we're starting this new series, and I'm sure most of you have been really nervous about something before, right? Like I'm talking about like anxious, pit in your stomach, mind racing, you can't eat, you can't sleep kind of feeling. And if you've had that kind of feeling before, then you know that we call it stressed out, right? When you're being stressed out, that's the kind of feeling. And so we're starting this new series called Being Stressed Out. And instead of me giving you an example from my life, I figured I would hear from you guys. What stresses you out? All right, so what I need you to do is raise your hand. Greg's gonna come around. I wanna hear from some of you. What stresses you out? Raise your hand. Get up there. What is it? What gets you going?
When kids at school don't do their part in a group project.
When kids at school, yeah. When you have a partner that's lazy, is trying to mooch. No. I was one of those moochers. Just saying I was one of those. I'm sorry. All right, what do you got?
When my teacher yells at me.
When teacher yells at you. Yes! Those teachers, they're so pesky and ridiculous sometimes.
When someone leaves me open on Snapchat.
When someone leaves you open on Snapchat, that is a low blow, right? Any of you non-Snapchatters, you'll find out eventually. Yeah. Hey, make it clean. Is this clean? We're in church. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Getting second place in Fortnite.
Yes! In fact, when you're the last two in Fortnite, it's just a ball of stress the whole time. Okay, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Tests and homework.
Yes.
Tests and homework. Tests, yeah. When you're getting ready, anybody ever like show up to class and all of a sudden you realize, oh, there's a test and I didn't even know. Yeah, exactly. Totally messed up. All right, maybe one or two more. What do we got?
When someone does a terrible dance move.
When someone does terrible dance moves, that means you are stressed out. That's interesting. All right, maybe one-ish more.
One-ish more.
Something like that.
My teacher.
Your teacher. Yes. I don't know, Greg, just one more. The person who's the most excited.
Who's the most excited to be picked?
Oh, my gosh.
They're all pointing to you, Matta.
When I have to read 100 text messages from my group chat.
Yes, group chat text messages. That's so good. Okay, so how many of you, what stresses you out the most is like your siblings, right? Your siblings is like, gosh, you're so annoying, right? Okay, yeah, there's all kinds of things, right? There's all kinds of things. The truth is, we've all felt like that before. We've all experienced something that made us so stressed out, right? And it seemed like there was zero chance that we could actually handle it on our own. So let's try something today. I want to try something today that I think might remind us of what stress really kind of feels like. In fact, I need a volunteer who is the buffest in this room, who is like super strong, like you think that you are crazy strong. You're strong? You're good. Okay, come up here. Yeah, come on up here. Who's really strong? Yeah, right there. Get him. Come on, you raise your hand. Yeah, are you good? Yeah, come on, get up here. Will you guys give it a round of applause? Come on, get up here, come stand up here. All right, what's your name?
I'm Brody.
This is Brody. All right, Brody, here's the deal. I have, underneath this, I've got some dumbbells for you, okay? Now, come stand right back here, Brody. Now, these are special dumbbells because when I twist them, this one, it might be, this one's kind of crazy. When I twist them and kind of do this, oh, man. Oh, gosh. When I do this deal, what happens is I can switch how much weight there is. All right, so let's start with just because, I know you're really strong and everything. Brody, did you come up here because you work out, what, like 8 times a week, something like that?
More like none.
None times a week, okay? But you're the buffest in this room. All right, so here's the deal, Brody. I want you to just pick up this weight right here. All right, this is 5 pounds. Okay, yeah, no big deal, right? 5 pounds. Show everybody. Yeah, no big deal. 5 pounds. Okay, yeah, exactly. So here's the deal. When we're stressed out, it weighs us down. And it's not that easy to carry around all the time. Okay, and one of the things that stresses us out is relationships. So we got it back down. Let's just kind of increase this up to, what just happened here? Here, let's maybe take this up a notch. And what do you guys say? Like 10 pounds, maybe? 10 pounds. All right, let's start with 10 pounds. Can you get that? Yeah, pull that up. There we go. Okay, you got 10 pounds. Keep holding it. Because here's the deal. Relationship stresses out sometimes, doesn't it? It weighs us down. Sometimes it's friendship. Sometimes it's the guy-girl thing. You know, sometimes it's just like our teammates are stressing us out because they're not doing what we wish they would have us do. There's all kinds of things that stress us out. But that's not it, because here's the deal. Wait. That's not it, right? It's not just relationships in our friendship-wise. It's other things. Put it back down, because another thing that stresses us out is like our family, right? Our family stresses us out, so it kind of compounds. What should we do this time? How much weight? Okay. Let's see. All right, 20. I heard 20. So we're going to go with 20. All right, pick up that 20. You got it? Okay, there we go. You got the 20. Just back away a second. You're going to be holding this for a little while. All right, so you got this 20 piece. All right, this 20 is going for you. And here's the deal. Family stresses you out, right? Your siblings will stress you out at times. Some of you, quite honestly, if we're being really truthful, you have difficult family life. You just switch arms? Because the other arm, you couldn't handle it, right? Okay, that's okay. That's all right. You switched arms. Just making sure that we're clear on this. So it's this weighing him down, right? Like he's got to switch arms even because when this happens, our family stresses us out. We get home sometimes and it's like a war zone and we just run to our room and then we can still hear it and it's kind of crazy. But it's not just family. Let's go ahead and put this down. Let's see what we get. Because it's more weight than that. It's more weight than that, Brody. It's much more than that. In fact, the other thing that many of you guys mentioned was school. Right? School stresses you out. And so what should we put this up to? All right, let's maybe go to 30 here. Let's go to 30. All right, can you lift that one up, Brody? Oh boy. Okay, that's the whole thing. Okay, hold on. Let's see if this. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Get that one. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you got it. Back away a second. Back away, All right, Brody's doing pretty good. Give it up for Brody so far. All right, Brody, because here's the deal. It's also school. Right? I mean, it's relationships, it's family, it's school, and sometimes, it's teachers at school, right? It could be just the actual work itself, like you're stressed out about homework or tests or whatever. Some of you just like driving by the school stresses you out, right? Like actually walking in to the school is just a ball of stress right then and there. It's kind of difficult. You're doing pretty good, Brody, okay? So, but that's not it. That's not it. Brody, go ahead and put it down. What should we go up to now, guys? What should we go up to now? All right, let's go straight up to 50. How about that? Is that pretty good? All right, let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, can you pick that up? See what you got. Okay, yeah, pick that up. Because here's the deal. Now you got 2 hands. It's not just relationships. It's not just family. It's not just school. But the truth is, it actually can also be faith at times, our faith. I know that sounds weird maybe, like how does faith stress you out? And how does faith make you carry all this weight? But the deal is that you're thinking like, am I good enough? Am I reading my Bible enough? Am I praying enough? Am I doing all of these things enough? And faith in church can even stress you out. Sometimes I even talk to you about something as a pastor, and I'm like, go home and do this. And you're like, God, that's just one more thing for me to do. And it's kind of difficult. How you doing over there, man? You okay? You're holding it on your knee a little bit. So clearly, Brody's struggling, right? And here's the deal. He's only been holding this for like 10 minutes, right? Not even that. He's been kind of doing this for a little bit. All of these stresses that we deal with, we're not just holding them for a few minutes. We're not just holding them for hours, not even days. Sometimes we're holding these kind of stressful things for years, and it's really, really, really difficult. Will you guys give it up for Brody? Brody, great job, man. I'll take that from you. I'll take it, man. You got this. No big deal. Well done, Brody. Well done. Here's the thing. The thing is, you guys, it's more than just a feeling. This stress stuff is more than just a feeling. It actually affects us emotionally and physically and even spiritually, right? Emotionally, stress affects you because it leaks out when you're stressed, right? Like your parents will ask you to do a really simple chore and you'll just like bite their head off. Like mom is like, hey, will you take the trash out or you clean up your room? You're like, I am not doing that. Get away from me. And you're just like, whoa, mom. Mom's like, take it easy, whoever you are. It's just nuts. Right? It's absolutely crazy. And part of it is because you had a stressful day or someone said something to you and you bite their head off for no reason. You're leaking out emotionally to other people, right? Another one is physically. Like, believe it or not, you actually feel stress physically. You feel it in your heart, right? It like starts to race sometimes, or you get kind of sick to your stomach. You're so stressed out. Right? Or maybe you feel it kind of in your shoulders. It just feels like it's like weighing you down. Like when you see people walking in the hallways or whatever, and they just got their head down and they're just walking. Chances are they're probably a little bit stressed out about something. Something is weighing them down. It happens physically. But the truth is, it also happens spiritually. And the way that it happens spiritually is that maybe all of the stress that you're carrying from school and church and or family and all this different stuff starts sort of weighing on. Okay, and next thing you know, spiritually it's affecting you because you don't have time for God, right? Like there's all this other stuff that's is bogging you down, and you don't have time to give to God. In fact, I talked to some of you guys. I talked to you about reading your Bible. And I'm like, hey, do you read your Bible? Like, what is it that hinders you from reading your Bible? And the number one answer that I receive is everybody's like, I'm too busy, right? I'm too busy. I'm too busy to read my Bible. I got homework. I got all this other stuff. And what you're saying is I'm so stressed out about all these other things that I can't give what I need to give to God, right? I mean, it's affecting you spiritually when you're so stressed out. So how do we deal with this stuff? What do we do? You know, because the truth is what we really want to do is we want to give our first fruits to God, like, right? We want to engage with him first so that we don't miss out on those opportunities, so that it doesn't affect us spiritually as much. But here's the deal. Being stressed out is kind of a part of life, right? It feels like, well, I'm just going to be stressed out and this is what's going to happen. But it's not meant to be that way, all right? Life is not meant to be that way. Okay, if the good news is, I do have good news for you today. You don't have to keep living stressed out all the time. There's actually another way. There's this guy named Peter that talked to us about it. Okay, Peter was a disciple. He's one of the disciples. He's one of Jesus' closest friends. He saw how Jesus lived. He was hanging out with Jesus, and what he saw was a compassionate guy who was really loving and really awesome, and quite honestly, their life was pretty stress-free while Jesus was around. Okay, it wasn't too hectic. Like, Jesus just made everything okay. And so Peter saw that it could be like that. Because even 2,000 years ago, people were stressed out and anxious and all that kind of stuff. And so Peter decided to write a letter to tell people about this, and he wrote it, you guessed it, in the book of Peter, right? Okay, so we're going to be in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. This is what Peter says. Give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. All right, look at this. Give all your worries and all of your cares, give it all to God, because he cares about you. You're not just giving it to him just because he thinks it's fun, right? Like you're giving it to him because he really cares about you. He really loves you. And look, it says give all of it, every single last bit of it. It's not just give like the really crazy things. It's not like, okay, only give your worries to God when it has to do with like death and disease and poverty and all that stuff. No. It's everything. It's like even your worries, even the things that are making you anxious, like homework or school or relationships or whatever, give all of it to God. Okay, and even that word give is awesome. All right, we're reading out of the New Living Translation right now, but that word give in other translations, instead of the word give, it actually says the word cast. Okay, which means like to cast all of your worries on someone else, right? To cast it away. And a cast essentially means like throwing, right? It's not just like, you know, daintifully just like dropping it down. It's like get rid of that stuff, right? Cast your worries and your cares on God, for he cares about you. See, God wants to take it because we weren't meant to take all of this. We weren't meant to take all of the things that are weighing us down, right? He was meant to take it. So when many of us are walking around stressed out and just kind of crazy all the time, we just need to give it to him, give all of it to him, right? God is big enough to carry the things that make us not want to go on, right? We want to give our worries to him because he cares about us. So how do we actually do this? What do we do? What does it mean to kind of give our cares and our worries over to God? Well, the first thing is, I think that we need to recognize that we are actually stressed out. All right, many of us are. The truth is, in Highlands Ranch and the surrounding areas, wherever you live, this is the kind of community that puts a lot of pressure on a lot of people. Right? Your parents are putting pressure on you. Your teachers are putting pressure on you. Your coaches are putting pressure on you. And I know you all are feeling the stress. You need to admit that it's there. Because what happens sometimes when you're feeling this stress, what we decide to do is we want to just give up. We're like, we can't carry this any longer. We just want to give up. You know, so like for instance, with school, some of you have just given up on school. You're like, okay, I studied really hard and I didn't pass and there's no way I'm going to do that anymore. And so I'm just going to quit school. Who cares about school? I'll drop out or later on, I'm not going to go to college. I'm not even going to worry about it. You know, or maybe that happened with you with sports or a relationship or even with faith. Right? Even with your relationship with God, some of you have given up because you tried to read the Bible, you didn't really understand it, and so you just gave up and walked away. You're like, this is too much. I can't figure this out. I'm done. All right, I prayed and God didn't answer. I'm done. I'm getting out of here. Okay, this isn't working for me. That's what we do is We give up. And what I'm saying is, don't give up. Give it to God. Right? Give your worries, give your stress, give your stuff to God. So you got to recognize that it's still there. And the next thing is, I think what we really just got to do, this is really simple, I know, but we just got to talk to God about it. Right? We're going to help each other. All right, in our small groups and the people that we know, we're going to help each other. We're going to encourage each other. But the person that I think is best for us to talk with this stuff about is God. Just tell him about it. There's something about just talking to God about what's going on in our life. Maybe it helps for you to kind of write it down. And you write some things down, and you're just like, I'm just going to write it down, and it's going to be like a prayer to God. There's something about talking it out and writing it down that just helps us. And God wants that. In fact, one of my favorite verses in Scripture is Philippians 4:6. Look at what it says. Look at what it says. Philippians 4:6 says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Look how simple that is. Worry about nothing. Pray about everything. And I realize it's easier said than done, right? It's easier said than done. It's not, I worry about stuff. But here's the difference. Here's what I've started to do. When I start to worry about something, instead of immediately just like freaking out and trying to do everything I can and sweating and whatever else, okay? Instead of doing that, I just try to remind myself, just pray, Matt. Just start praying. Okay, like for instance, my brother is getting married next weekend, and I'm pretty excited about that, right? I think it's awesome that he's getting married. I'm going to officiate the ceremony. It's going to be great, but many of you know about my story, about how I went through a marriage that didn't go so well. Right? And so when I think about my brother getting married, I'm worried that the same thing will happen to him. I'm worried that his heart will get broken or things won't work out the way that they thought. And so I can't really do anything about that, though. And so instead of just worrying about that, I just start praying. And I just say, God, be with my brother Bill. Help him. Help his marriage and be with his, whatever. I just talk to God about that stuff. And I'm telling you, instantly I feel peace. I instantly feel peace. Because when you're worried about something and you're stressing out, you're initially what you want to do is you want to try to get something done, right? You just want to try to fix it somehow. But what I'm saying is, don't worry about fixing it immediately. Just pray. Okay, worry about nothing, pray about everything. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk to God and we're going to pray. And I think that some of you came in today and you were like, man, today's just a great day and you're so excited or whatever. And some of you came in and you're like, this has not been a great day or this has not been a great week or I've got these stresses. I think if you do what I'm about to ask you to do, that you're going to walk away from here just feeling so much more peace. Your day and your week is going to be so much better. So here's what we're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is I just want you to bow your heads and close your eyes. All right, try not to be distracted by anybody next to you. Okay, bow your heads and close your eyes. And what I need you to do while you're doing that is I want you to just kind of picture yourself in a room, whatever your favorite room is. Okay, I just want you to picture yourself in a room with Jesus. Okay, it's just you and Jesus hanging out in this room. And as you're hanging out with Jesus in this room, I want you to think about all of the things that you're stressed out about, all of the things that you are worried about. You know, whatever it is that's going on in your life, think about what those things are. And as you think about those things, I want you to start talking with Jesus about it. Just tell him about those things. Tell him about what's going on. So just in your own heart and your own mind, do that right now. Just have a conversation with Jesus about what you're stressed out about. And if you're done doing that, if you're done talking to him, I want you to think about all of the stress that you have, and I want you to imagine all of this stress, just putting it into a big, huge bag, just taking all the stress off your shoulders or out of your heart or out of your gut, wherever you feel like the stress is. Maybe it's in your mind. I just want you to imagine yourself taking it out. And and putting it into this big bag. And as you get it all in this big bag, just kind of tie that bag up, and I just want you to give it over to Jesus. Just give it to him. He wants to take it because he cares about you. I want you to recognize that in this moment, that he loves you and he cares about you. He wants to take it. And so Jesus, in this time, please give us all peace. God, let us stand up here in a second and feel a little bit lighter. God, help us with the stress. Help us recognize that instead of just worrying about things, that we just pray. We're just going to give it all to you. God, we love you so much. We say these things in your name. Amen.
I just want you guys to feel comfortable in this moment doing worshiping in however or whichever way you want. If it's standing up, if it's sitting down right now, just feel led to do what you're doing with God. Here you go. Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. Don't the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God, though it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you gave yourself away. Don't the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God, when I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. Don't the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God, though it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Don't the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God, there's no shadow you won't light up, a mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, a lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. And oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves 99. Oh, I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. And oh, the overwhelming, never chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves a 99. And I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Lord God, we thank you for this love that just is never ending. And it kicks walls down in our lives. And we want more of this love in our lives. So Lord God, I just pray as we go into this baptism service, you would just pull on our hearts, Lord God, so that we would be closer to you. In your great and powerful name, all God's people said, amen. Amen. Great worshiping with y'all. Hey, a couple of housekeeping items. Make sure as you are going through the hallways of this church, not to be loud. I know sometimes as middle schoolers we can be a little bit loud. So keep it down. And then Greg, I believe, is in the back where I'm pointing right now. So he is going to be the head. Nobody goes ahead of him.